Hey, happy Sunday, and welcome to another edition of Talk Business with Audrey. I'm your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, and today is day number 8 of my 100-day video challenge. I'm on day number 8 now. I have a long way to go, but listen, I've been doing this for so long. I'm sure I can find something to talk about and share with you over the next 92 days. 92 days. Not today. So yesterday I talked about marketing your book in your local market. So I want to tell you something I did a few years ago. I had written 2 books at the time. One book was how to start a home-based business, and the other book was how to self-publish. So what had happened was someone had approached me about how to write a book. And so because I had written the book, I think that book was called From the Home Front, How to Start a Home-Based Business. Because I had written that book, and I was out marketing that book, people would say to me, well, I want to know how to write a book. So then I wrote a book on how to self-publish your book. And I was marketing, and I had my whole plan together about how to get the book out there, how to market the book. And so I had the idea, like where we lived at, we lived in Maplewood, New Jersey. So in I lived in West Orange, and I lived in Maplewood. Both of them kind of like the suburbs of New Jersey. And what had happened was every spring and every fall, they send out a catalog of courses that are being offered at the community colleges in the area. And so this particular year, I took the catalog and I looked through the catalog, and I knew how to self-publish a book because I had self-published my books. I knew how to start a home-based business because I was running a home-based business. So I said, you know what? Let me reach out to the community college and tell them that I want to teach a class at the community college about these 2 topics. And I sent them my information. I put together a package. I sent them a copy of each one of the books, and they approved me to be one of the trainers, or I don't know what you call it, facilitators for a class that I created. So one of my book was called one of my classes was called Writing for Dollars. And so that particular course was about how to write your book, how to sell your book. Now remember, we still talking about pre-Amazon here, or Amazon may have been just getting off the ground at the time, but it wasn't so easy as it is today to get your book on Amazon. So it was like a little bit of a process. So I put my package in, I sent it to the community college. They approved both classes. I taught the class for 4 weeks, each one of them for 4 weeks. I think I taught on a Monday and a Wednesday. One was on a Monday, one was on a Wednesday. I taught it in the evening time because a lot of the people who wanted to take the class were either professionals or parents who had children that were home during the day, and they needed to be home with the children, and then their spouse would come home in the evening time so they could take the class. So I taught the class for 4 weeks. I think I taught 4 days a week. I think I taught Tuesdays and Thursdays, one Monday and Wednesday was the other one. Anyway, I taught the class for 4 weeks, each one of them, and I had a blueprint of how to self-publish, and I shared that blueprint with the class, and it was so cool because the way the community colleges are set up now, I haven't found them to be set up the same way here in Georgia. I don't see any course catalogs being mailed to the homes around town, but in Jersey they do mail out the course catalog. So you talking about a course catalog that went out to pretty much all of northern Essex County. So when I say northern Essex County, because the community college that I was teaching at was Caldwell Community College up in Caldwell. And so it went to all of the towns in northern Essex County. So that was really cool. And so I didn't have to do any marketing for that. They sent the catalog out to the residents of the area, and all of those people who came to my class was because of the marketing that the community college did for me. Now, here's a great part about that. So they paid me $25 per hour. Or was it $25 per student? It was $25 per hour. And then I was able to sell my packages. So what I did was they paid me a salary of $25 an hour to teach the class. That was the first thing. But they also let me sell my package. So what I did was I went to a store called US Box Company, and I reached out to, I bought these really nice briefcase. They're like a plastic container, but it looks like a briefcase. So what I did was I took, one was green and one was orange. So the one Writing for Dollars was green, and the other one from the home front class was orange. And so I got these plastic briefcase looking kits, and you had to assemble them. They were really simple to assemble. I assembled them. I put in a workbook, and I put in my book, and I put in the syllabus for the class. So on top of the community college paying me the $25 an hour, I also was able to sell my kit for $50. So that was the course requirement materials that I sold as well. So to give you a prime example of what that was, so in my writing class, I had about 25 students. So that was $50 times 25 on top of the $25 an hour I made. In my home front class, I had probably about 12 or 14 students. But a lot of people want to know how to write. They want to know how to self-publish their book and all that kind of stuff. So I had more people in my writing class than I did in my class that taught how to start a business. And so I was able to sell my kits along with being a paid facilitator of that particular class that I created. And so and every kit became a book came with that, which was cool because now all of these people had my book. They either had my book from the home front or they had my self-publishing book. At the time, that book was called The ABCs of Self-Publishing. And so that was really cool. So I didn't have to do any marketing for that. So if you are in an area that has a community college that offers continuing education classes or special programs, certificate classes, you may want to reach out to them and say, hey, listen, I can facilitate this particular class. And in that way they can, either say yes or no, bring you on as a paid facilitator, or they may say, okay, we'll help you market it, and you can set the price the way you want to set the price, or you can sell your books or whatever. So what I'm doing right now, I have a very special class that I'm going to be pitching to some community colleges because it's not something that's being really talked about right now, not really, and it's really a great platform. And I think that a lot of people are missing out on a great opportunity to grow their business. So I'm going to be pitching that class to local community colleges here in Georgia. But the good thing about that class is it's also going to be, I'm the video person. I have an internet TV network, so I have to always think about what's next. So I'm going to live stream that class as well once it's approved. Now, even if it's not approved, I'm still going to do the class and live stream it. So that way, if you are not in my local Georgia area, you will still be able to take the class. But I really wanted to do it inside the community college because I felt like there was a lot of people who are in this particular area that may benefit, especially small business owners, from the course materials that I'm preparing for that class. So just think about how you can do the same thing. And remember, I chose a 4-week class, but you don't have to choose that. It could be a seminar, it could be a workshop, it could be a 2-hour workshop, a 3-hour workshop. Here's the thing. You want to put together your proposal and pitch it to a community college. Because once you pick, especially in Jersey, I don't know about anywhere else, but I know in Jersey they have spring class. Oh, I also taught a class I forgot about this, at Essex County College. So I did the same thing at Essex County College for a different class. Now I did a workshop at Essex County College, and I did that for, I think it was a women's program that I did it for. I did that for their class, but that type of thing right there can go a long way. I also I worked with a nonprofit when I was in Jersey called My Sister Keeper. Shout out to Kawan Fitch and Shirley Chisholm. They were the founders of My Sister's Keeper, and I was teaching the women in their program how to start businesses and how to write books. And so that was a grant funded program. So I did quite a few things as far as entrepreneurship and self-publishing and things like that. But it was because I had lived a life and I had this information that I could share with people. And so people are still looking for information. I know that there's a ton of information on the internet. I know that there is, but there's nothing like the human touch. There's nothing like somebody you can actually walk up to and say, hey, listen, thank you for helping me. Can you guide me? So if you have something special, some kind of specialized knowledge that you want to share, or you can share, reach out to a community college. Also, reach out to nonprofits. Like Kawan and Shirley had a great nonprofit. They helped a lot of people. They served the homeless people. They served food. They gave clothing, and they provided job awareness, job readiness. They provided entrepreneurship training. They provided job coaching. That organization did so much for so many people, and I was happy to be a part of it. I was happy that they saw the value that I could help bring to the clients that they were serving, and they brought me on. And that was a grant funded program, and I made money from that program as well. So think about who you can serve, and think about what platforms you can serve it on. If a community college is a platform, that may be something you can do. Reach out to them with a great proposal about what your workshop is, how long it's going to be, and you may even want to put in how much it's going to cost to do that class, because they may not have an idea of what they're charging, especially if they don't offer something like that. So you might want to have an idea how much that class is going to cost, whether it's going to be a workshop, whether it's going to be a 4-week training program. That's what you need to determine going in. And they can tell you, hey, listen, we're going to pay you, or we're not going to pay you, or you're going to give us a cut, however that is. For me, they paid me a salary, $25 per hour. The class was something like 3 hours a night. I did 4 classes a night, and then I was able to charge $50 for my kids. And so that way people could get my books. But the reason I think they chose me was because I did have a book, because I was an author. And so that was really a credibility builder for me. So if you have a book out there and you're trying to market it, and you're trying to think of all these different ways to market your book, think about, setting up, reaching out to a community college, or finding a nonprofit that you can work with. Because a lot of times a nonprofit can get a grant and they'll be able to pay you for the service, as long as you can service a client what they need to have service. So that was 10 minutes already. I didn't think it was going to be that long, but I've been doing this for so long, and it's just a lot of things that I've tried to, when it comes to growing my business, and when I was as being an author and an entrepreneur. It's just a lot of things I've tried, so I have a lot to share. And so a lot of what I'm sharing right now is geared towards authors. But if you are in business, you could take that same concept that I use for being an author and use it for any part of your business. If you have a business and you have specialized knowledge, be sure to reach out to somebody and offer your service, offer to train their team. If you have something that corporate America can use, offer to train their team. I can tell you, when I was working at Prudential, one of the best trainings I got was customer service training from the Prudential people. So that was a private company that came into Prudential, and they trained us in customer service. And I tell you, that training, and I'm talking about 1995 is when I got that training. So, and I still talk about that training today, because whatever private company that was that came in to train us as employees of Prudential, that training has stuck with me for the last 20 something odd years. And it was only because it was such a powerful training to me. And I always reference that customer service training, because I felt like it helped me to help me in my business as an entrepreneur. Now, I don't know who the company is. I can't remember, what the name of the company was. I just remember that particular customer service training helps me. Like, I know one thing for, one of the things that always sticks out of my mind was, when you answer the phone, make sure you're smiling, because people know that you're not smiling behind the phone. And I thought that was so crazy. I'm like, what? But it's true, because the way you answer the phone, it comes through on the other side of the phone. And so they told us, whenever you answer the phone, make sure you're smiling. And I was like, okay. There were times when I was at Prudential, I just wanted to just crawl up under my desk and scream. So to sit there and act like I was smiling, it was like this. It wasn't a real smile. So, but that was one of the great trainings. If you have a training that a corporate company can use, pitch them your training, because they're always looking for ways to do team building exercises. They're always looking for ways to enhance their team, the leadership in their team. They're always looking for ways to make their customer service team better. And I know that because I've been in some companies that spend a lot of money on customer service training. I worked at Verizon before I became a full-time entrepreneur, and they took us through a really rigorous training with them. I just happen to like Prudential's training better than I like Verizon, because I just felt like I learned more in that particular training. And but it was an outside company. It was a company just like yours. If you have a customer service product that you feel will help a corporation, go out there and do a training with them. You can go out there, you can train their trainers, or you can train their staff. But pitch it. Send it out there. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come back and let you know exactly what happens once I put my proposal out there to the community colleges, and I'll tell you more about that training program and how you can also be a part of it too as well. So, hey, listen, that's my spiel for today. Day number 8. 92 more days ago. That's a long time. I'm gonna stop thinking about how long it's gonna take me to get this done, because kind of like, that's a long time. But 92 more days ago, I made a commitment to do these 100 videos. So I'm going to continue to do them. And I do have more stuff to share with you. I have a great story to share with you about Martha's Vineyard tomorrow, and the book. So if you are an author, you have a book that you are trying to get more exposure for, I invite you to go to www.behindthebooktv.club. That's club, and check out this special offering I have there. We're going to be launching a new book TV channel. Internet TV is my core business, so I'm always looking for ways to use that platform to help our entrepreneurs and filmmakers and authors and coaches and trainers and whoever's looking for a platform to get more exposure for their business. Check out the offer there, behindthebooktv.club. You can see what I'm offering there for authors. Also, if you are an entrepreneur and you are stuck and you need to talk to somebody, go to www.talkbusinesswithme. No, www.talkbusinesswithaudrey.biz. I'll be happy to set up a consultation with you and help you get to the next level of your business. So, listen, happy Sunday. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Until tomorrow, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.